PNGFM's Radio Rambles. We made it to episode 4. Now, we've been telling you over the last couple episodes that we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, and we want to show you a glimpse of how far we've come and the people behind the success of PNGFM. We go back to 2011 for this one. We talked to an original Legend FM team member, and well, he came through the ranks of PNGFM and started off as a personality with NAU FM. We talked to Maynard Oata, aka Lecter. This is his story.
Joining NAU FM, that was back in 2007. It was around about middle of the year, and I actually came up to the studio to visit a good brother, a friend, the late Shifty, of course. And then it just happened that NAU FM needed someone to join the team at that time, and I just started work there somehow. So kind of like it wasn't planned, it wasn't organized, it just happened. And from there on, learned the ropes. I was thrown straight into prime time, did the night shift from I think 7 to 12 midnight, and continued on there. We moved from Credit Corp, second floor Credit Corp, where the old office was, down to Ahuya Street, Gordon's. And I think 4-5 years had passed. During that time, mostly I was a senior announcer, so I had to, look after the team whenever our program director wasn't around, assist doing the logs, surveys, and all of that. And then, after we had settled into Ahuya Street, Gordon's, where the new office was then, the idea of taking off and establishing the third radio network, which was a concept at that time, even from back in the day when PNGFM was still at Credit Corp, could actually be done. We already had enough space, and we could easily source out manpower and all of that. So that's when it happened. And at that time, Shaz was, of course, boss was in charge of NAU FM. Came down one morning and she said, "Good news." I was like, "Okay, what's the good news?" And she says, "I've been selected to take lead in creating the new radio station." And I was thinking, oh shoot, good news for Shaz was kind of like bad news for me, meaning that I had to be in charge and babysit the black bag, which I didn't want to do. So I thought, what am I going to do? I thought, well, probably convince Shaz. I said, look, if you're going to be in charge of the new team, you're going to need someone to help you out, someone reliable, someone trustworthy, someone you can count on, and that someone is me. So I went across and we decided to leave NAU FM in charge of Mystique, and she pulled through. She did a good job, and yeah, it went on from there. I guess the transition, although being behind the mic, going on air, is similar across multiple radio stations and all, if you're sticking to the same format, of course. But I guess the challenge in those early days or months was getting to know the new audience, the target audience, and their expectations. Because when you look at the target audience of NAU FM, it's different, and Legend FM is also different, as is YUMI FM's. So getting to know that new target audience and their expectations and was something. But it was like, it didn't really take that long before we had Legend FM listeners calling in and telling us what they wanted and so and so. So it was kind of like a smooth transition. Becoming a friend to millions of people around the country. There are some that will just follow you for every shift, for every week, and so and so. And sometimes you develop a close connection to those people, even though you may never get a chance to meet them in person, face to face. But those friendships can last for so long. And even in my time, it's sad sometimes when you lose those friends. They pass on and you only hear word of it, but it'll seem like you've known them so well. I've had a good number of friends which I've never met, but I still remain close to. Some of them have passed, and yeah, it's sad. Highlight number one would probably be when I got a threatening email from a young girl who thought she could just downright tell me how to live my life. I replied to that email, went out, found her, confronted her. 16 years later, she's still telling me how to live my life after she put a ring on my finger. That's highlight number one. So anyway, highlight number two would obviously be, and no doubt, Legend FM, because being on air in different stations, it's not really much different, but to be part of a team that actually starts or creates a new radio stations and to be the first among a few announcers to actually be the first people to go on air, that would definitely no doubt be one of or perhaps the highlight of my 12 years in radio. PNGFM obviously would be the best place to start. It was for me, and I really enjoyed my time here. There's a thing about the work culture that I wasn't able to find anywhere else. But for someone who wants to get into radio, this is what I learned from a mentor of mine from the ABC. He said, radio is not an art. There are no awards given to the best radio voice break, the best personality bit. It's not an art. Neither is it a profession. Although we work closely with journalists and reporters and PR officers, there are schools for that. But there is no school for radio presentation. So it's neither an art nor a profession. Radio lies therein between, in an area we call a craft. So just like the Bilum weavers and those that do carvings and sculptures and those who have a hand in pottery, the more time you spend and the more effort you spend in developing your craft, the better you become. So it may take time, but then it's just the same as all the favorite songs we hear on radio. They only started with a few chords and maybe 3 or 4 words.
All right, we talk about firsts. It's a lot of things. And we go back to the beginning for this. What is the first song that was played on Legend FM? Do you remember? We took to the streets to find out.
Okay, so now we're about to go outside to take it to the streets and ask the public, what's the first song that played on Legend FM? That's gonna be fun.
If I were to guess, Squatters.
Oh, okay. Backstreet Boys.
Don Henley.
Don Henley?
Yeah.
Good guess.
I got nothing.
Countryman, take me home to the place.
Country Road.
Country Road.
Take me home.
Take me home to the place.
I belong. Okay, no, it's not that though. But anyway, thank you. It's Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline. Would you know that song?
No.
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, thank you.
We've seen team members build and or begin a career with us here at PNGFM, and we love to see our team members coming through the ranks in different departments. This week we speak to Sammy Copy, who started as a radio personality but is now an IT manager. How did he do that? Well, let's find out.
Sammy Copy, I use Sam on air, aka the Caramanian. I joined in 2016, December 6th, and well, as a radio personality. And I wasn't invited to the Christmas party because we were 1 week out from the Christmas party, and the budget was already set. So I still remember that. I'm not pissed about it, but it was good food that I missed out on. It was a long start for me because I had to do 2 months OBT. That's from midnight to 6 a.m. live. So after that, I went on to Drive, became the Drive host of NAU FM, and moved up to Breakfast within the same year. And I went from doing Breakfast part-time to doing Breakfast full-time from 2017 to 2019. I left, I came back again, continued with Breakfast. This time I was also the content director and the music director and the promotions coordinator and the imaging guy. And then, started looking after the team, trained the rest of the team up, delegated some tasks. After content, after being on NAU FM, I decided to go to school. But an amazing person named Shaz said, why not you go to school and work in the engineering department? If you're going to school for IT, why not just have some IT skills? I did that as an assistant IT support officer, to an IT support officer, to an IT officer, to the IT manager, to the engineering and IT manager to this day, just recently, that's all.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, I always loved NAU FM, never missed listening to NAU FM, even in primary school, high school as well. So I always thought they were cool, everyone on air. My favorite person on air at one point was Mala. A lot of people found him weird, but he was my type of weird. So Mala, I am Bonkers, aka Coinsberg of Talks. I used to text in every night during 2010 to 2012. But yes, after that, well, how I got to NAU FM was I really liked it. It sounded really fun, and I thought, I could do this. Get on air, just talk for whatever, how long, and have fun. So I applied via the online auditions. It was the day before my graduation at DBTI. We were having a graduation mass. I attended the mass. I saw the poster on the NAU FM Facebook page. I sent in a video saying I love hot dogs, and I got called in for an interview. I think I did well in the interview. Now I'm here. When I first started, I really had an issue with pronouncing certain words, especially the TH, throat, thoughts, things, So, I tried my best to do it because everyone there at that time spoke really great English. You had Janelle, Mystique, Doll, Leo, George, and Denny. But I just couldn't speak English that well. I couldn't pronounce words that well. So I decided to twist stuff awesome to a certain scale level, and I started speaking Pinglish. The consultant at that time, he actually thought it was fun, so he said, okay Sam, from this day onwards you continue speaking Pinglish, and I just ran with it. I started looking for ways where I could incorporate on-air stuff with Pinglish, relatable stuff. And then when I found Keeping Up with the Caramanians, which is obviously like Keeping Up with the Kardashians without any long hair, that's when I just started pushing and pushing. So everything was based around everything that I go through, everything that I see on social media, memes, and I just progressed like that. So I didn't try to really be like everyone else. Decided to try be myself and talk the way I talk normally, and it paid off. It would be working with people that I grew up listening to. Like I was in grade 4 or 5 listening to Shaz on NAU FM, and even I was in grade 9 listening to Mystique, and to work with them and to actually like be in the same room with them, and Kasti and Papa Henny Fuka and Mami Dash and Tulwan Vitz, like all these guys I just listened to, and putting their face to the voice and chilling with them, chatting with them. It's always been really fun. I still think it's weird how I get to chat with them now. It's like super, like meeting a celebrity, but on a daily basis and getting paid for it. I think the biggest highlight that I had was meeting Tofiga from Laughing Samoans. So growing up, Dad always played the two same Laughing Samoans videos every Christmas or every holiday, and we just eat Christmas lunch and watch those and laugh. There was Old School and Fresh Off the Boat, or Crack Me Off. Yes. So meeting Tofiga and having an interview with him, we were actually scheduled to have like a 15-minute interview. That's 5 times 3-minute voice breaks, but we carried on for like 45 minutes. It was a real, and I had, like, at that time I was second in charge NAU FM. And I said, you know what, bro, this is really good. I am not going to cut any of it out. I'm just going to split them up. We're having 15-minute interviews and we're killing the rest of this hour. I'll take the blame for it, but it's worth it. And it was worth it because we had a really good talk with the guy, and he even said that, like, he didn't expect an interview this good, but this was one of his most favorite interview of his entire career. And yeah, I was so happy about that. The second one would be the artists. So there were a few artists that I tried reaching out to that they didn't have their songs on radio, but I literally had to search their Facebook, their Instagram, Google, YouTube. Like international artists, you can just go Google them, Wikipedia pops up. PNG, you have to Facebook search them, find their family, find their NID name, and then you find the artist name. So Mema Fire in Mount Hagen, I found them after weeks of searching for them. I didn't even get the full song. I just had a snippet on Facebook, and I started inboxing random people. And then one chick in the Philippines actually said, "Oh, these guys are called Mema Fire," and I reached out to the guys, and that's how we got them onto NAU FM first, and then YUMI FM. The second one, Valet, this guy. He randomly posted up, or he sent us a link to his video, and then we just started talking until we got his songs on. And yeah, it's been great with Valet and Auvakila. Those what's I forgot the name, but that song Auvakila, that one. So I was just on Instagram one night. I'm not really on Instagram, but I saw that Kawas Mane DCCJT, he posted a video of a house party in Brisbane, and they just sang that Karama part, and I said, I have to get that song. So I reached out to him. He didn't respond. I just searched all over Instagram, Facebook until I found the artist, inboxed the guy according to his NID name, and I got the song. So yeah, I think that's the best part about it, chatting with people that I have no idea about, but making good friends out of it.
Are you an artist? I heard in the pipeline that there's a song on the NAU FM YouTube channel. Yeah,
drop it.
Nutrition and the boss, peel me back from the top. Yeah. Time me my I'm sweet to the core. Most of these fruits are really quite soft. 45 special, get my boss.
To be honest, if you want to be a radio personality, especially with NAU FM, all I'd say is be yourself, but be willing to step out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying like, there'll be a whole party here and like lights flashing, no diddy. There'll be like things that you'll be required to do that you might not be willing to do at first, but you'll have a lot of fun with it. Like, honestly, yes, I sometimes can rap and stuff like that, so I exploit that by doing those songs like that I'm a Banana one, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I was comfortable with doing stuff like that, so I ran with it and I got popular because of that. But I am literally, I'm from Kerema, and apologies if you're from Kerema and you can dance, but I don't dance. So going out to places like Kokopo, Mount Hagen, Ley, having no idea who lives there, having no relatives there, but trying to organize the crowd to be hyped up you might be required to dance or participate in some weird crowd stuff. And had some really good experiences at 6 Mile, dancing with random people, Mount Hagen, Tinaga Dobel, and in Ley, just outside of the main market. Yeah, dancing with random people, having fun, and hyping the crowd up. So be yourself, but be prepared to step out of your comfort zone.
Thank you for watching Radio Rambles. We'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to follow us on our socials, and don't forget to click the bell to get notifications when we post videos. You'll be the first to see it. Take care. See ya.